Okay, so just for you guys to know, there has been a technical issue. Um, somehow the recording,
What?
I just noticed lah because there was yes, half of our podcast was not recorded audio wise. So
Oh,
I am very sorry, guys.
Come on, Raymond, you have one job.
why?
Oh my god. You
Why?
had one thing to do. Why?
It's gonna be us just mouthing nothing.
I'm very sorry.
Hello everyone. So welcome, and this is our first podcast for our YouTube channel English Lah. So today we're taking a in-depth look at a problem that many students are wondering on, which is should we go back to campus or should we not go back to campus?
Yes, so like when people nowadays they have to weigh the decisions between like do they have to go back to campus or do they feel like they're already in campus and they have to go back away from campus. So this particular podcast today will be discussing about the two choices. We would like to discuss about the pros and cons, like see what are the takes on a student's perspective, like what would a student think about these decisions, or in a general sense, how would these decisions actually affect one's performance in studies or maybe their health or whatnot. Okay, so let's start off with Yasmin now, shall we? So what do you think about this?
Personally, I think I'm in the middle. Like, I have a very neutral stand about this because, like, currently we have the case are still spiking up. We still have in a phase where the cases are still in 4 digits. So I think it is not wise for us to go back, or maybe just to go out in a very large group. Like, if we were to go back to campus, then we need to go to class in a face-to-face class. So I think it is not wise for us to go back. But like, just like right now, the university gave us the choice whether we want to go back or not. For other different circumstances, like whether they don't have like good internet connection, when they have like they need to use the facilities at campus. So yeah, there are many things that we need to consider when we are talking about this. Like, different people have different situations, but personally, I don't think I would go back. Yeah.
All right. So, Tenzin, what do you think?
As soon as possible, I think I would go back to campus. Like, it would depend on whether there's actually face-to-face classes, like, because online classes has been taking a toll. If I want online classes, I would have taken Skillshare instead of going to university.
Well, that is a very interesting point when you brought up to Skillshare. Skillshare, please sponsor us for our next upcoming video. Thank you so much. I mean, a sponsorship would be very helpful. So Skillshare, if you're watching this video, please come and help us.
Yeah, that's my opinion. As soon as possible.
In the class or
It's okay. Shaira, what do you think?
Okay. Personally, for me, I agree with what you said.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay. So for me, firstly, I agree with what Yasmin said. I take the same stand like her. For me, I can adapt with both the situations because for me at home, the Wi-Fi is not a problem. But there are some out there, their connection is bad, and but of course learning online is very exhausting. And you're missing out a lot when you are doing on learning. Unlike face-to-face learning, you get to do a lot of stuff with your friends. The face-to-face interaction is not there. I mean, it's not as effective as how you are doing it online. I mean, it is online learning. Interaction is not as effective as face-to-face learning. So, but if I'm given a choice to either go back or to stay at home, depending on the current situation, I would choose to just stay at home because, yeah, definitely I'm not going to risk myself, in getting the virus or spreading it to other people, just in case if I'm carrying it with me.
All right.
So how about you? Are like, it's more of going back to
It's
campus.
a 50-50
for,
situation. Yeah, I would consider.
yeah. It's like, oh, okay, university life, that's one. And the second thing is like, I won't go back to campus because you don't want to get you don't want to get sick, or more like get the virus or make the risk even bigger, or a new cluster itself. So you're taking like a precautionary step.
Yep.
But then even so, going back to campus is one thing that we all want to do or want to go back. But then at the same time, like, have you thought, like, even if we went back to campus, we wouldn't enjoy as much because of our current situation?
Yeah, because we can't even have like face-to-face classes if we were to go back. So it would be the same, but it's on campus.
Well,
But maybe we, like, some people might not have the privilege to have like a good conducive environment at home to learn, like to have like good internet connection and all. So maybe that's an option for them to proceed with the lessons and all by going back to the campus. But yeah, what's the point if we cannot experience those university life when we go back?
All right.
That's true.
True.
Part of the reason that I feel like going back our university specifically isn't that risky is because like our university is located in pretty rural area, so like no one goes there. No one goes there. I actually feel safer there since I'm away from the city.
Yeah.
And
Honestly, I don't understand whether he's telling that our university is a rural area and it's fine, or is he like saying it in another way, like our university is in a rural area. So
I'm not sure if rural is actually a very accurate word. I'm worried it might be an exaggeration.
less urban. It's less urban. It's the population.
It's not even suburban. So yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
it's not
it's
even
a growing
suburban.
place.
Yeah.
Like
It's
a
kinda
small town. Some lecturers
Yeah,
call it
exactly.
Makan Cowboy.
Cowboy town,
Some lecturers
So,
actually said that.
yes.
during the initial quarantine period where we were stuck in our dorms, like we also, it was a situation where we didn't have classes, but we still, since like there was no cases at all, like almost in the Tanjung Malay, like we just stayed in our dorms, and we can go around to other people's dorms like occasionally. Like it wasn't a big deal. Like there was still socialization within building, but I wouldn't know if it would work with a face-to-face class setting right now. So it would depend.
Like if you were to consider the risks, that would be one thing to, right? But then, like, if you were to take those risks into consideration, like because right now UPSI is allowing students, like, with the conditions of if you have lab work, if you go through practical training, or if let's say you are not really having a conducive scenario at home where you might have very bad internet connection, whatnot, so you decided to go back to campus to study, but with the condition that you have to stay in campus. So like, would you think that is a safe option for students if they can decide to go back, or do you think it is still risky to do so at the current situation? Like Shaira, what do you think?
At the end of the day, it's always on how the student feels. Okay, for example, okay, let's say for me, if I'm in a situation where the connection is not good for me at home, and you know that, like how Raymond you said, the situation is not conducive enough, and my sole purpose of going back to the campus is to study, is to have like a proper environment, then I wouldn't mind going back, because obviously we're gonna be put into quarantine for 2 weeks. And I heard that even for those who are going back now to our university, they are not allowed to leave the campus, and you know they are all accommodated in the colleges, that in the college kediaman. So I think it's fine. Yeah.
What do the rest think?
It depends on the individual. Yeah. For now, I think
Only if there's like certain things, like if they're having difficulties, then that's what you mean by kind of depends on each individual. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And cost-wise as well, like if you were to go back, we need to pay for the rental, for the bills.
Yeah.
Like there are so many things that need to be considered. Like if you stay at home, like you need to pay. Maybe you need to like me personally, I need to subscribe to another telco plan in order to continue with the online lessons. I changed my telco plan because of that. Because there's only one telco line in my house that is working. Sucks. And so if I were to go back, so there's so many things that I need to consider, like financially. Yeah.
That's true, because some of us we can't reach a proper internet connection, and since everything is online right now, so we need to find ways, right?
Yes.
Yep.
True.
And then there's this one thing that we cannot actually neglect or cast aside, which would be home cooking. When we have home cooking, everything else goes away. When we see our mom or our dad or our grandparents cook, they would be like, "Oh, food." So your stress automatically goes away. Like that would be one thing where a lot of students be complaining about, like when they would, like when they're staying in campus or even whatnot.
And
right?
laundry as well.
Yeah.
Laundry, yes.
And laundry as well.
Yeah.
the food part is really really a big deal for me because I'm vegetarian.
Okay.
Imagine living in
Oh my God,
Tanjung
yes.
Malim. It's terrible.
It's difficult.
It is
I
very
feel
difficult.
him.
It's terrible.
Yes,
So
yes.
Like
the
if
So,
food
you are
situation,
Zenzi, how did you manage?
I mainly cook.
How do you manage all this while?
I mainly cook my own, and like if I order outside, like mama is convenient because you can just grab roti, like roti pisang. So good. Most of the time I cook.
Okay. So
some simple dishes, right?
Most of the time I cook Maggie. So.
okay. Vegetarian enough.
I was expecting like those cuisines, like vegetarian meals.
I do
Right, exactly.
add extra stuff to my Maggie, the advanced Maggie making techniques.
Adding
Yeah, I
veg.
thought he was going to say like, I'm going to cook few dishes, maybe stir fry pak choy or something like that.
Yeah.
No.
So
Yeah.
if we see now as we're recording, one of the questions which I remembered, but as we're recording this, it's the 12th of March, and MCO started on the 18th of March. In few days, it's going to be 18th of it's going to be a year since MCO started.
Only a year? Oh my god.
A year. So
Already a year.
what, like, did you believe that we were going to go under lockdown? That's one. And second, did you even believe like there is something called COVID-19?
Back then,
Yeah, like few days before the 18th, all of a sudden, like the whole country was like COVID-19. It's not the whole country, it's the whole world already at this point.
Yeah.
I like personally, I did not expect that Malaysia would face the virus. You know,
True.
during the first few phases, there were like very less cases. There's not much things going on back then, but then suddenly it spiked up. So yeah, it is very unexpected lah. And I really did not expect for a lockdown. Like,
True. So lockdown was hard, right?
yeah, it was
Yes,
very
it
hard. It was depressing for me. And like, I don't have any physical, what do you say? Like, I don't do anything physical, so it really like affect me. Like, I get really weak through time because I don't go out. I don't like usually when we at campus like we would like go kerja bus lah, and then like jalan kaki from GH to KA. Okay, it's like I
Yeah.
enjoy those kind of even though it's walking, but I enjoy that. But during lockdown we cannot do that, so it kind of affecting me. You know, like I don't have any physical. What is it? Yeah, it's called. Yeah,
Exertion.
and like and then like we cannot like socialize with people, like face-to-face interaction. Like it's very depressing.
You have no
Like,
interaction with the outside world. Like you're cooped up in your house and you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, and
Ever.
it becomes a habit after that. Like somehow it becomes a habit. Like how, like because of that, I prefer to not be talking to people. But yeah, it was it changed. Like because of the lockdown, I changed because of the lockdown. Yeah.
That's true. So Jesse, what do you think?
Initially, I was fine with the lockdown because I was in a dorm with my friends. I was fine with it until the semester started.
Did it hit
Yeah.
you so much? Because the way you're telling it, it's so depressing.
It sounds
okay?
depressing from the way you said it, man.
Because like a lot of my motivation to study is due to like the social environment. It's like, oh, you're doing this coursework. Okay, I'll also do it with you. That's a huge part of the motivation. If you're stuck at home and you're facing your computer, right next to your coursework is YouTube, and right next to YouTube is that manga you want to read and the anime you want to watch. So, education took a huge hit. Yeah.
Okay. So procrastination was part of a big deal, lah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
what was because there's no like social force to push you. There's no
Yeah.
hardworking person in your group.
Peer
that-
pressure.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
So-
it's like we need to be really disciplined when we going through ODL. Like we need to be self-disciplined. It's very important.
I can hear the struggle, you know, in his voice when he was explaining this now. And how much he's been through, as though he's worked for 20 years. That's how it is, you know. It sounds, you can actually hear it.
It sounds depressing.
It really
Looking
does.
back, oh,
But you
this is
know,
the third
we,
semester right,
Yeah.
that we're doing online classes.
True.
I mean, if we look back right now, we've spent 3 semesters
Yeah.
Yeah.
online.
3.
So for us, who 3 semesters online. We are in our another semester just started as we're recording this, and everything's been online. Isn't that exciting for us all?
And like we're missing out on like organizing events, especially like everything is online. We don't have those kind of experience where we go to events or managing events at uni. You know, those kind of experience, like we're missing out on that. Like everything is on Google Meet, Facebook Live, so we don't really feel the exhaustion from preparing the venue and stuff. You know, jadi
True,
protocol.
that's
Yes.
actually very,
Yes,
very
yes, yes,
true.
yes.
You know
So we
the
don't have
big fat
events on.
nap you take after the big fat nap you take after handling a huge program.
Yes.
Like
Ah,
yeah, that hits
yes.
differently.
I think we all can relate to that, right? So we like one day
Yeah.
we had to, turun padang, and then we had to do all this, do all that, and then these instructions, that instructions. We stay until like what, 11 o'clock? Maybe sometimes at 12.
Yeah.
To just settle one,
I wouldn't know.
like to just settle one program, and then we go back home late, and then we have to wake up the next morning like what, 8 o'clock, to to go to the venue again, and then
To
get
wait
things
for
done.
bus.
Yeah.
The damn bus.
Don't you all just miss the bus at this point?
The bus.
Yeah,
is
quite.
me.
Quite.
kinda.
Oh, I miss the bus all the time. Don't worry.
Those days,
Even
those
with
days where we can,
I still miss the bus.
if we think back, it feels like this is like it's not reality. Like one day we would say that, hey, I miss uni. Hey, I miss going on the bus,
Yeah.
and I want to go back to campus. I want to
What do
see
you
my
mean?
friends.
One day.
You know what actually I
Yes.
miss during
One
like
day is today.
recently is my closet at my rental house at Tanjung Malim. I
Uh-huh.
miss the closet because most of my clothes are there, and then like I usually like arrange it by types of clothes, and then I would like and then I would like gosok the sleeve, to make it more kemas. So I have a system. I miss that system because I miss
Ah.
that system. So at my house, like most of the stuff in my closet are like stuff for my mom or my clothes from during school that my mom won't throw out. So it's like an eyesore, So I like really miss my closet at Tanjung Malim.
So Shaira, you would have the same thing.
Sorry?
You have the same system.
Do you miss your
You have the
closet?
same
Actually,
system as her.
yes, I do. I mean, for some reason, life in uni was much more organized. Like here, I wear something and I'm like, I don't like it. I just chuck it back inside. My cupboard looks like a huge mess. And even when it comes to the book, the way I arrange the book here, I just like just stack it up like that. But back there, lack of space. Your room is small. You have to share it with a roommate. So you want to arrange nice. You want to arrange it nicely, and being Yasmin's roommate for like a few months, the pressure is there because she was someone who arranged her stuff really nice. So I was like, okay, I need to compete with this girl. I started arranging stuff prettily too. So for some reason, it was way better back then, lah.
I just remember when she said Yasmin's room. I only entered Yasmin's room like once, and then I saw something dangling at the wall, so I won't say that.
Yes.
Let's digress. Let's digress. We shall not go there. We shall not go there. I'm very sorry,
we can go
children.
No. I mean, I did say like in her room. I meant outside the room. When you
Which is
open
even
the-
worse.
Dangling
No,
outside
it
the
was
room.
a beehive.
The word
bee?
dangling, the word dangling gives a negative connotation,
was just
It was a
sudden,
beehive.
yeah.
Hornet,
Oh,
It
right?
was just a sudden
Sudden
visit, like,
beehive.
hey, there's a beehive stuck outside my window, and then we went like one whole rombongan and nak meminang. We went to her room and we opened. I mean, we didn't dare actually open. We saw a big beehive there. So I think those are
Yeah.
one of the best memories lah.
Yeah, you missed the beehive.
We used to be kepo, you know, like go to
Oh, I
other
wish we
schools
could
and
go
all.
back to those days. with the
Honestly, I
beehive.
feel like I miss being scolded by the was it the
Fellow?
MPP?
Hello,
Hello.
MMK?
Okay.
The KHAR's committee, you know? The student
MMK,
committee.
MMK.
Yeah.
MMK. So what happened? Just exactly as I was saying about this beehive. So they called the bomba.
Yeah.
They burned the thing. So they
Oh.
gave
Yeah.
us a solid like an instruction, you know. Okay, don't open your windows. Okay, here we were like, okay, we are not gonna open our windows. Me forgetting 5 minutes after they said, went into my room, decided to go open the window.
And then you got burned.
No, they were standing outside, like it was level 4, so they were down by a lake, if I'm not mistaken, and then they were like, "Tutup." I was like, oh, you know,
So you
that
actually
was
like
like,
knock them into the lake.
the lake's so far. I'm at level 4.
Yeah,
That was
the
our
ladder, right?
view.
So the ladder will like, pong.
Bro, let's not go there. Final destination.
Into
Oh
the lake.
no, that was actually nice. It was very hectic. To the like all of the girls was like shouting like, oh, there's bees everywhere, and it's going into your clothes. And then the next morning we wake up, like they say don't switch on the lights. So we said, okay, we won't switch on the lights. So we slept with the hall lights off, and we already went to bed. And the next morning we found bees, you know, swimming in our pails of clothing, which one we soaked to wash the next day.
Oh.
And they're just like swimming there, and then the bees are just everywhere, and we were like, what are we gonna do? Like, what are we supposed to do?
That's why me and Shahira never wash our clothes at the dorm. We always
Yeah.
go to the laundry.
You know the bomba, the firefighters were busy burning the beehive. Myself and Yasmin was walking to the laundry to complete the 1 week
Bye.
laundry that we did not do.
Oh, yes,
Bye.
I
Do
saw.
whatever y'all want.
Yeah,
We were like, bye.
So those are those memories back in the girls' dorm lah. That it was very fun. Like
Then I remember,
And then like there was
this
like
one night.
malam like ngaji one, you know, like then Prita came
Oh.
out. Prita said,
Yeah.
asal ni. And then like the night when we have a program, the next day Hariko, and then that night we have like a fire drill.
Yes, I was about to say that.
Yes.
oh, we were
I mean-
quite mad, you know. We were like, do you know tomorrow is Hari Koko, and then we have to wake up early. But they were making the program like, oh, why was everyone mad? They were shouting actually. I don't know why.
Yeah. After marah-marah, like something like that. And me and
Yeah.
Rita was like amused with the fire, you know, at the time.
I mean, we
We
can
had
all
fun.
come to agree lah. We can all come to agree that we actually have good memories. Like, we wish that we can actually go back to campus, right? But with so many issues and all that,
Yeah.
I mean, there is a give and take in terms of our decisions at the current state. So with only 1 minute left on the clock, I think we can wrap our podcast up with just saying thank you so much for joining. It has been a pleasure having 3 wonderful speakers over here. We have Shahira, Yasmin, and Jensing. As well, of course, we have 2 hosts over here, Prita and also me, Raymond. So, for those of you who have not subscribed to our channel, please do so. If you are happy with our content or if you want to give any suggestions, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, when we say it in this channel, English lah!